Now on display in Los Angeles, the art of Betye Saar, whose mixed media works like this one confront some of the most difficult issues in our country's history. Our guide is Serna Altschul.
This past fall's annual gala at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art was a star-studded event with dozens of celebrities gathered to honor someone not often found on red carpets.
Betty, right here.
She's an icon of the feminist and black arts movement.
I'm just a girl that made art and was happy making it and loved making it.
Betye Saar is being modest, extremely modest. In recent months, the 93-year-old artist was cast in the spotlight with major shows in New York and Los Angeles. Both met with glowing reviews.
It's written about that this is kind of the Betye Saar moment. Does it feel any different to you?
No.
No.
Only a few more aches and pains because I'm older.
Right.
But the creative part of me is forever young.
Saar's primary art form is called assemblage, sculptures made from found items that she pieces together, often addressing spirituality and black oppression.
The shape of the ironing board reminded me of the shape of the diagram of the slave ship. So I had that printed on that.
The works turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. Bird cages become prisons, washboards are canvases, and trash is treasure.
My favorite place to look for objects to use in my art is the flea market or the swap meet. I look this way and I look that way, and there's a little box that says, "Come over here and look inside of me."
She keeps her gathered treasures in her Los Angeles studio, where she's lived and worked since 1962. It's organized chaos with everything separated by color and theme. Ships in one area, clocks in another, all just waiting for a second life in one of Saar's creations.
It really is assembling the pieces and putting them together.
Betye Saar developed an interest in art while growing up in Pasadena, California. She would go on to graduate from UCLA with a degree in design, marry, and raise 3 daughters.
And I received a few grants, and I said, oh, somebody out there sees me as an artist, so
Right.
I just looked in the mirror and said, "You're an artist, Betye Saar," and just kept on making it.
Since then, she's had more than 80 solo shows in museums and galleries, gaining attention for politically charged pieces, like this, one of her most celebrated works, featuring a derogatory mammy caricature.
I said, suppose I make her a warrior,
Right.
to be liberated from her past of being a negative servant. She's still at Jemima, but she has her own weapons, a hand grenade or a rifle. Not that I want to promote killing or anything like
Right.
that. So I called it The Liberation of Aunt Jemima.
Her current show at the Los Angeles Museum of Contemporary Art includes thought-provoking pieces like this christening dress.
The title, The Loss of Innocence, refers to the christening dress and the innocence of a child, and then all the negative things that happen, starting usually with childhood, of name calling.
Saar's race has not only impacted her art, but how it's been received.
Artists of color from her generation were just not given the chances than white artists. They didn't have the galleries, the infrastructures, the network.
Christoph Schericks curated a recent show of Saar's prints at New York's Museum of Modern Art.
You know, I really think it's a beginning of a reevaluation of her role among the artists of a generation.
Betye Saar's career has been defined by the way she perceives and presents the past. But when it comes to her own life, Saar isn't as reflective.
If you were looking back and you had a younger version of yourself, what would you say to her?
I don't think that way. I do it, it's over, I keep going forward. I don't look back.